Blefaria, look out for that train! Today we're talking about the 7 biggest mistakes that writers make when naming their characters. I'm Lisa Daly, best-selling traditionally published author of 8 books. Stay tuned to see if you're one of our big offenders. Mistake number 1, having everybody in the book have a totally kooky, bizarre name unless it fits the story. Unless your romance novel is set in hell, you don't need a Beelzebub and a Faradatu and an Aluminium and a Blafaru. It's just too much. If everybody is named a crazy, wacky name, then nobody stands out, and it's just really hard for the readers to connect with your characters. They have to relate to them right away. And that doesn't mean that everybody has to be named Jane or Mike. It just means that you don't want to have too much. If you happen to have a book that is set in a fantasy world, or if you're doing science fiction, it is absolutely completely normal to have all the characters have kind of wackadoo names. That said, your main characters, or at least some of your primary characters, should have nicknames that are a lot simpler so that your reader is not needing to write down every single character name of every person that comes through. So think about Star Wars, for example. Sure, you have Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader and Jabba the Hutt, C-3PO, but you also have Luke and Leia. Not everybody has to be Darth Vader. Mistake number 2, putting an apostrophe in your character's name. You have an apostrophe in their name and then another apostrophe whenever anything belongs to them, apostrophe, apostrophe S. It gets to be really confusing for the reader, and generally editors don't like it. Avoid that. Mistake number 3, having too many characters with the same first initial in their name confuses the hell out of the reader. And they're going to have to stop to figure out, were you talking about Samuel? Were you talking about Samantha? Were you talking about Serafina? Who was she? Was she the one that rode off on the pony? Was she the one that robbed the convenience store? You don't want your readers stopping to think about anything. You don't want them stopping for any reason, not even to go to the bathroom. You want them reading page after page after page after page, 1 more minute, until it's 4 o'clock in the morning and they finally throw themselves into bed exhausted, having finished your book. Do not give them a reason to stop. Don't confuse them. Let them keep going. That's what they want. That's what you want. Mistake number 4, your names are not appropriate for the period in which you're writing. If you have a character that was born in 1970, don't name him some 1990s Gossip Girl name like Chase, because it's going to seem completely wrong to your reader. And they're going to start to think about, if you have these details wrong, what other things do you have wrong? So just don't do it. It's okay to have a unique name if you have a reason for that, if it's a family name, if there's some rationale for it. But if you are completely dead set wrong, if you're trying to write a Regency historical romance and your character's name is Brittany, a lot of your readers are going to call foul. Like, foul. Name foul. Don't do it. Mistake number 5, you don't do your research. Now, one of the easiest things to do is just check the year your character was born and look online to find the most popular baby names for that year. And you can find a lot of really good possibilities or things you might want to do variations on, but also you'll make sure that your names, your character names, are at least period appropriate. Mistake number 6, and this is a weird one, but it really impacts you if you have audiobooks, and that is having the same number of syllables for every name. So if you have Stephen, Frida, Mary, Chester, and they're all 2-syllable names, they all have the emphasis on the first syllable, you need to vary it up some. So be sure that you're paying attention to things like that. It gets to be really boring for the reader. Mistake number 7, you've named your Chinese character with a Japanese name. Make sure that when you are writing names for your characters that you actually research the origins of the name. The last thing you want to do is give a French character a German surname, unless, you have a reason for that. Okay, those are the 7 biggest mistakes in naming your characters. Do you have any questions about how to name characters? Hit me down in the comments section below. I am happy to answer all of your questions either down in the comments or in a future video. And please, right down there, hit that subscribe button, like, and ding that little bell so that you'll be notified of future writing videos in the future. Blafaria, look out for that train!